Hello there, my beautiful people, friends and family. A very warm welcome to you all. I hope you're well and having a fantastic day. Today, the children are requesting curry coconut chicken stew with curry rice. So it's going to be one of those flavorful dinner ideas. I can't wait to start. Let's wash our hands and begin. So I have some chicken thighs here, the perfect cut of chicken for this recipe. The skins are on, the bones are in, so you know it's going to be super moist and flavorful. I have some aromatics that I need to marinate the chicken with, so let's go ahead and do just that. Yes, beautiful people, so let's throw some flavor, good flavor this chicken's way. I have selected all my ingredients which are going to work well with this chicken. It's over exciting. I have sage, thyme, and rosemary. Now the sage has a very pronounced, very assertive herbal flavor. It's really forthcoming in terms of that herbal flavor. And it has a pepperiness to it. It has hints of lemon, eucalyptus, also mint, and it can be considered also as earthy. So it brings that balance we need in this dish. We all know rosemary is super fragrant, especially on meats. It works so well. And of course we have that citrusy flavor also coming from the thyme. Now that is my homemade garlic paste, and I have about a tablespoon in there. I will share this recipe with you pretty soon. It's simple and so handy. I'm also adding my shallots, and I'm slicing them really thin so their flavors can be released. Those mild sweet oniony flavor. That is a teaspoonful of my homemade curry powder. The link to this recipe is below in the description box. Now I'm also going to add a little bit of the smoky component coming from this smoked paprika that just went in. Then we have my all-purpose seasoning, which is very much like your bouillons. Now you can use chicken bouillon or vegetable bouillon in place of that. Of course, you're not in a novice kitchen if we don't have crushed black pepper, freshly crushed black pepper in any dish we cook here, most dishes at least. Now I've added some of that and some salt as well to taste. And I have this lime, and I'm going to use its juice. And that tang will pair well with the sweetness of the coconut flavors we'll be adding eventually. And then an optional step I take to prevent waste is by adding the skin and the pulp of the lime, as I did just now, because the chicken is going to benefit from that clean citrusy flavor and aroma from the skin of the lime. A few drizzles of olive oil, because this is essentially a marinade on the chicken, and then begin to massage away. I know, Mommy P's Kitchen, putting you on the spot. You got a kick out of that phrase, massage the meat. This is perfect. Every part of the chicken is coated with this beautiful marinade. Now I'm going to leave it at room temperature and let it marinate beautifully, and then we'll move on to searing it. It smells so aromatic. This is going to be just lovely. We're also going to need some thinly sliced white mushrooms, 2 large white onions or any onion available to you. And I have 1 cup of homemade chicken broth and coconut milk. I'm going to thinly slice my onions. Our onions have been sliced thinly and ready to cook. We need the sweetness from the onions to counter the sour taste from the lime. It also works very well with curries. You know, you need sweetness in a curry, so we'll get that from this. We also have the earthy flavors from the mushrooms. This is going to be flavor galore. It's going to be an explosion in your mouth. You will love this recipe. Yes, beautiful people, so the action begins now, so fasten those seat belts. It's about to be a lot of fun. The skillet is on medium-high heat. Chicken has marinated an hour and a half at room temperature, so it's good to go. I have added some ghee to the skillet. Ghee is clarified butter. They take butter, they cook it until the cream part of it becomes nutty and imparts that nutty flavor to the butter, which is just wonderful. It is going to give us some really good flavors in this dish. So I love that. If you have ghee, use it. Otherwise, clarify your own butter or just use coconut oil because that's the theme anyway. All right, so we're searing the meat at this point over medium-high heat to lock in those wonderful juices and also impart some good color to the chicken. If it's splattering, use your splatter guard as I have. We're not going to cook the chicken through, but we're going to get that color and lock in the juices as I have stated. We're going to cook it further. So keep on watching, friends. So there it is. First batch is cooked. Now you want to cook your chicken or sear it in batches. That is very, very important. If you overcrowd the skillet, you're going to end up steaming the meat, which is going to make it lose or release its juices. And then that will just defeat the entire purpose of searing it in the first place. So be sure to practice social distancing in that skillet, y'all. Yeah, so there it is. Second batch is looking good. If you're enjoying yourself so far, please give me a thumbs up. Look at that color. You must be enjoying yourself because I tell you what, I am. That color is beautiful. Yes, indeed. That is the color of a good sear on a piece of chicken thigh. And the flavor is just bursting right now in this household. Can't wait for this to be done cooking. So yeah, there it is. So all the chicken is seared, not cooked through. We need to cook it through. Keep on watching. You'll see how we do that. All right, beautiful people. So the cooking continues in a separate pot, a bigger pot, obviously. And what I'm doing is pouring in the oil we used in searing the meat. I like to sear my meat in a skillet or a non-stick skillet, as I did in this recipe. Now I am adding the thinly sliced onions as well as the rest of the marinade. We don't want to throw that flavor away. Now you notice that I have removed the lime pulp in the skin. That does not need to go in here because we do not want too much bitterness from that. So spread it out, and what you're going to do is add your black pepper to it. Begin to stir to combine everything. We're going to let this caramelize to sweeten it. All right, now we're also going to add our curry powder right now. We're using a teaspoonful of that. Remember, we already added some curry powder to the marinade, so we don't need to add a whole lot right now. Curry powder is very assertive. It's like in your face. It's very bold in its flavors, especially when it's homemade, because you're using mainly bulk ingredients and they're in their whole form. And yeah, so they're very potent in their flavor. So a little bit will go a long way. All right, so you see it's beginning to caramelize. The sugars and the onions are starting to stick to the bottom of the pot, which we will eventually deglaze. Now I've added my white mushrooms, which is going to bring that lovely earthiness, which works very well in this dish. Trust and believe, I would love for you to try this recipe. You will love it. You and your family will absolutely love it. If you're a chicken lover, you love curries, this is the dish for you. All right, of course, the mushrooms are optional. So if you don't like mushrooms, you can definitely omit that. I have just added my chicken broth or stock to it. That's moisture. It's more flavor. So it's going to lift off all of those caramelized bits on the bottom. We cooked the onions for 8 minutes till it was caramelized before we added the mushrooms, followed by the chicken broth. Now we are going to place the chicken pieces, the caramelized seared chicken pieces onto this mixture. And then we're going to cover it. Now place it strategically, all right? Space them out because we're not going to stir this at all. This is when the chicken gets the chance to cook all the way through to the bone. All right, so you want to leave some space in between randomly so that steam comes through to the top as the lid is placed on there. Also add the juices from where the chicken was resting. You do not want to waste any of those flavors. All right, the chicken is going to now cook through, and the flavors and all the ingredients and components in this pot are now going to get to know each other. Perfect. You see a whole lot of flavor. I do. So yeah, so place the lid on. Now we're going to cook on low heat, low medium heat for 25 minutes, and voila, there it is. Chicken is cooked all the way through. We still have that beautiful color on the skin of the chicken. Nothing is sticking on the bottom, and let me tell you, it's well seasoned. It's flavor galore, as I promised in the beginning. Now it's the time to add your coconut milk. If you add it early on, it's going to probably curdle because of the cream in it. So add it later because that's like your finishing touch. Now you want to go in with your spatula or your spoon and give it a little wiggle, okay, just to agitate the contents of the pot so that the coconut milk gets evenly combined with the broth, all that sauce around it. This is the thickness I'm going for. If you want a slightly thicker consistency, keep the lid off. Continue to cook on medium heat, medium to low heat for about 10 more minutes, and that should reduce the sauce to thicken it. I garnish with some parsley, optional, but it leaves it with a stunning fresh finish. And here is our curry rice cooked simultaneously, so it's all ready to serve. And we have our vegetables to go with it. This recipe has already been shared. I hope you enjoyed it and tried it. And here's our stew. Gorgeous. Now I'm going to spoon it into our serving bowl here and just take a look at it. Chicken still has a good color on it. All those flavors are working so well together. The earthiness from the mushrooms, the tang, slight hint of tang from the lime and the herbs complement the sweetness in this curry so well. Just lovely. And I love also the textures here. Just beautiful. One last thing I did was chop up finely some red bell pepper and just sprinkled it on it to give it color and a little fresh crunch. Optional. There is that. You don't have to do that, but you always want to make it look pretty and come together well. Yes, you'll have seconds of this, probably even thirds if you don't fill yourself up too much. That is a promise. This was definitely a very satisfying dish, and I hope that you're able to give it a try. You will totally love it. Friends, I want to thank you so much for your love and your support of this channel. We have come so far. We're nearing 300,000 subscribers, and I owe all the thanks to you and God Almighty for bringing you my way. I appreciate you all. Make it a great day, friends and family. It is chop time, so here we go. Look at that bite. It should transport you straight to your happy place. Make it a great day, friends and family, and have fun, especially in that kitchen.